reading fan fiction of the Brewskis. This is what we're on today, boys. If we continue getting OC then we'll keep on doing this. Tell us what you like about it in the comments below. Starting it out, Brewski Network, before they were famous. This is the story on the background of the Brewski Network on the entertainment platform YouTube.
The podcast we know of currently is comprised of three main men. Their names are Eethan, Brendan, which reminds me, save Brendan, and God, or Levi for short. To truly know the Brewskis, we need to know their past.
It all started with a man named Eethan. He lived a hard life that equated to nothing but chores, spank sessions, and being locked away. Eethan finally gained his freedom at the age of 17. Wow, that's young. When he met the cartel, who freed him from his bondage in return for nothing more than a favor.
Later on, with his life of the cartel behind him, Eethan met a woman named Padme, and he instantly fell in love. Eventually, 3 years in the future, they had a son named Lucas. Skipping forward a few years, Eethan was driving his son home from school when a man on heroin T-boned his car and knocked it off the freeway. Eethan was the only survivor, enduring a brutal blow to his scrotum, making him infertile. Eethan later went to contact his man Carlos, who was now a leader of the cartel. Carlos helped him find and torture his son's killer for more favors. After 5 more years underground, Carlos sold out Eethan for immunity to the death penalty. Eethan went on to go into a maximum security prison, where he met the man we know as Brendan.
Brendan's story was a story of falling out. Brendan was always a pampered child, getting anything and everything she wanted. She went on to grow up into a fine young woman.
How did they figure it out?
Growing up with their best friend, Rice.
He makes it another appearance.
Check out Ryan's stream.
Brendan had everything. A loving family and a man she loved. But deep down, she felt unhappy in life. She felt alone and estranged. So, she decided to get a gender procedure and become a man.
Oh, I see.
The procedure was tough on her. In the end, she had a falling out with her family, and they disowned her. And then she went to Rice. When he approached Rice, he was disgusted in what she had become. "We can make it work," said Brendan. Rice, no longer loving the shell of the woman he knew, proceeded to say one final thing that was the end of his life.
How could anyone love his hideous beast in front of me? We're done. Never contact me again.
As Rice was walking away.
I wanted Eethan to finish it.
Okay, that's what I
That's
thought.
all right.
Dialogue.
Go ahead, Eethan.
Oh, okay. As Rice was walking away, Brendan became enraged, not knowing how to control her new male hormones.
Accurate.
She ran for a large price of wood and bludgeoned Rice to death. Brendan received 5 years on the account of manslaughter. And later,
Manslaughter.
and later, near the end of his sentence, met the man we know as Eethan.
Eethan was new on the prison block and only had 2 years for association with the cartel, and Brandon had 18 months left. Wow, time has passed. Eethan met Brendan, and they became thick as thieves. Things were good, but they ran into complications with a boy named Hunter Kim and his gang who wanted them dead. They devised a plan, and after Kim attempted to kill Eethan, Brendan shanked him and proceeded to clap him in his gang's cheeks. They received some more time due to bad behavior, but nonetheless, they got out. Worth it after the cheek clapping. The world they once knew was gone. They were living in the era of technology. Walmart.
No. Read the fiction.
They tried to team up and get jobs, but no one would hire them. They became drunks and stalked children that used to be friends with Ethan's son.
Oh.
Eethan missed his family, and Brendan missed Rice. They mourned in the only way they knew how. They mourned by committing petty crimes to sate their thirst for revenge and to help them with their depression. Brendan and Eethan wanted more from life, so they went to the church, who showed them to their high priest, social worker, Levi.
Levi was a man of God. He was so much a man of God that people mistook him for God. Everywhere Levi went, fortune and peace followed. All the things weren't always good for him. He once had a wife and a daughter. He became a man of God and baptized his daughter to protect her from a bad life. Sadly, it wasn't enough, and the plague took his beautiful wife and daughter. Levi was a strong man, so he turned to the church and devoted everything to God, and was blessed for it. Currently, he is a millionaire, and he has a wife, who he shares 6 sons and 9 daughters with.
Whoa.
Everything was good, till he received the hardest case he'd ever received. He had to redeem Eethan and Brendan.
Some say Levi redeemed them. Some say he is still fighting the fight. Who can really say? Levi's life is a war, and his enemy is corruption, and all things considered unholy. All we can do is pray for him and hope he succeeds on his quest to redeem Eethan and Brendan. God bless Levi. God bless America.
Oh my gosh.
What a great post.
That was quite a long fan fiction.
It was. Levi will return in Fan Fiction 3.
That is true. Hopefully.
All right.
Peace.
This has been Reading Fan Fictions with the Brewskis.
Have a
Hope you
good
enjoy.
one.
Yep.
Boys.